Welcome to All You Need to Know About Arabic Grammar. My name is Martin, and I'll try to explain to you everything you need to know to understand and to speak spoken Arabic. In our case, Jordanian dialect. We'll do it step by step, and you don't have to have any clue about grammar to understand what I'm talking about. If you know how to read and to write Arabic, you'll be just fine, trust me. Let me start with a couple of encouraging thoughts. I know that most people are a little scared when it comes to grammar, let alone to Arabic grammar. However, as complicated as modern standard Arabic might be, spoken Arabic is much more manageable. Believe me. In some languages you can't just talk, for example, about a house, like in English, but you need to change the noun depending on how you want to use it in the sentence. Rusticus, the farmer, in Latin, you would change it into rustici if you talk about the house of the farmer, rustico if you give something to the farmer, and rusticum if you see the farmer, and so on. Linguists used to call this phenomenon declension. No such thing in spoken Arabic. No declension. Or let's say almost none. Also, you have just one article and only two genders. And usually you can tell by the form of the noun if it is male or female. Brilliant! Anybody who ever tried to learn, for example, German will appreciate this deeply. There, in German, you've got three genders and three different articles, and for most of the words, there is no, believe me, no way to tell if they're male, female, or neutral. Arabs do, however, play around with their verbs a little bit. But again, it's not that bad. This is what linguists call conjugation. In classical Greek, for example, you've got all these different tenses. Present, perfect, the future perfect, also imperfect, plusperfect, and I forgot to mention the aorist. Nothing like that in Arabic. Two tenses, that's it. Something like a present tense, so-called imperfect, and a past tense, so-called perfect. And when it comes to conjugation, Arabic is much more regular than, for example, German. So don't despair. You can do it. I promise. So now enough of telling you what we don't have in Arabic. Here's a little overview of the things we should have a look at. A language consists of words, obviously. And you might have noticed that there are different kinds of words. Well, in Arabic we talk about three different word types. There's the noun, there's the verb, and the particle. That's it. Of course, we'll be looking into the different aspects of these word types. For example, when it comes to the noun, we'll talk a little about how Arabs express quantity. How many? Basically, they talk about one, two, or many. Technical terms would be singular, dual, and plural. There's also the whole aspect of definiteness. Basically, for Arabic, it's important to know if a noun is known, that is defined or not. It is either a house or the house. We also have to talk about the infamous genitival structure. That is how two nouns are combined together. German, for example, just puts them together. Arabic has its own particular way. One thing we haven't mentioned yet is the whole area of sentences. Obviously, when you speak a language, you don't just toss around words, but you put them together in sentences, right? Well, Arabic has two basic ways to make a sentence. The first one we'll talk about is the nominal sentence. In a nominal sentence, we don't use verbs. The second way is, yes, you guessed it, the verbal sentence, which uses verbs. Of course, there are also a couple sentence structures which we use to express thoughts like, if I knew you'd come, I would have done this or that, and a couple other structures. But don't worry, they're all quite easy. One big area, maybe the biggest, will be the whole area of conjugation. As already mentioned, There's a tense called imperfect and one called perfect. The imperfect is usually used to express present and future events. The perfect tense expresses most of the time something completed, like the past. Of course, Arabic can also take verbs and make them into participles like coloring and colored, or paying and paid, or they can produce the infinitive. These forms are actually no verbs, but verbal nouns in Arabic. But hey, let's not get stressed out about that. We'll take it one by one. You'll see, it's no rocket science. The last thing when it comes to verbs in Arabic is the whole 10-form system. Arabic takes a basic form of a verb and doing certain changes produces verbs with new meanings. Quite clever. I promise that once you've understood a little bit of the 10-form system, many things in Arabic will fall in place and make more sense to you. So let's get started with our next module, which will be on nouns.